ولم يكن الهدى لولا ظهورا ريم الله يا خير البراء.
Hello Muslim friends of the world. Thousands of Muslims from various regions in Australia gathered in Sydney to celebrate the Mawlid of Prophet Muhammad. This annual event, held with great enthusiasm, is an important moment for the Australian Muslim community to commemorate the birth of the Prophet Muhammad and to strengthen their bonds of brotherhood. The celebration took place at one of the largest Islamic community centres in Sydney, attended by people from all walks of life, from children to the elderly. Participants wore traditional attire, bringing a spirit of unity and religiosity. Additionally, various religious activities such as the recitation of Mawlid poetry, lectures, and group prayers enlivened the atmosphere. The Grand Imam of the Sydney Islamic Centre, Sheikh Abdullah Al-Husseini, in his sermon, called on Muslims to emulate the character and life of Prophet Muhammad. Mawlid is not just a commemoration of his birth, but also a moment to reflect, strengthen faith, and maintain Islamic brotherhood in a diverse society, he said. The event also featured a halal food bazaar, an Islamic calligraphy exhibition, and a Q&A session with scholars. Visitors came not only from Sydney but also from other cities such as Melbourne, Brisbane, and Adelaide, specifically to attend this celebration. The Mawlid celebration in Australia further highlights the strength of diversity in the country. Although a minority, the Muslim community in Australia continues to actively uphold Islamic values and foster strong relationships with the broader society through positive events like this. The event organizers expressed their gratitude for the smooth and orderly event, while hoping that similar activities could continue to be held annually to maintain Islamic traditions in Australia. Thousands of Muslims, along with several non-Muslim residents, gathered in Sydney to celebrate the Mawlid of Prophet Muhammad. The event not only served as an important moment for the Muslim community but also became an inclusive occasion, inviting participation from various non-Muslim communities in Australia, showcasing the nation's diversity and harmony. Held at one of the largest Islamic community centers in Sydney, the presence of non-Muslim participants added a unique touch to the event, as they joined in the festivities, learned more about Islam, and engaged in interfaith dialogue. The Grand Imam of the Sydney Islamic Centre, Sheikh Abdullah Al-Husseini, emphasized the importance of unity and harmony among religions in his sermon. The Mawlid of Prophet Muhammad is not just a celebration for Muslims, but also a time to show the world the importance of humanity, peace, and compassion as taught by the Prophet Muhammad, he said to thousands of attendees, including non-Muslim guests. Non-Muslim attendees expressed their admiration for the richness of Islamic culture displayed during the event. John Mackenzie, a non-Muslim participant, said that the celebration gave him new insights into Islam and the importance of religious tolerance. "I'm happy to be here. It's a great opportunity to learn about the culture and beliefs of my Muslim neighbors. Moments like this are important to strengthen friendship and mutual understanding," he stated. This year's Mawlid celebration in Sydney became a meaningful moment for thousands of Muslims who gathered to commemorate the birth of the Prophet. However, it also brought an extraordinary story. Amidst the festivities, attended not only by Muslims but also by several non-Muslims, some of the non-Muslim attendees were moved by Islamic teachings and decided to embrace Islam at the event. The event, held at the Sydney Islamic Centre, was attended by various segments of society. Muslims donned traditional attire and enjoyed activities such as the recitation of Mawlid poetry, religious lectures, and group prayers. The presence of non-Muslim attendees added to the beauty of the event, reflecting the inclusiveness and harmony present in Australian society. Interestingly, some non-Muslims who initially came to learn more about Islamic culture and religion found themselves drawn to the messages being conveyed. One of them, Sarah Collins, a Sydney resident, shared that her heart was touched after hearing a lecture about the life of Prophet Muhammad, filled with love, tolerance, and dedication to humanity. "I came here out of curiosity, wanting to learn more about Islam. After hearing about the life of the Prophet Muhammad and seeing the peace in this teaching, I felt called to be a part of this community," Sarah said after reciting the shahadah in front of the attendees. Sarah was not the only one to embrace Islam at the event. Several other non-Muslim participants also expressed their interest in Islam and decided to convert after receiving deeper explanations from the attending scholars. The Grand Imam of the Sydney Islamic Centre, Sheikh Abdullah Al-Husseini, who led the shahadah ceremony, expressed his gratitude for this historic moment. "This is proof that Islam is a religion of peace that touches many hearts through the teachings of Prophet Muhammad, full of love and kindness. We welcome our new brothers and sisters with open arms," said Sheikh Abdullah. This event not only served as a celebration of the Prophet Muhammad's Mawlid but also stood as a testament to how Islam can inspire people from diverse backgrounds. With an atmosphere full of compassion and togetherness, this year's Mawlid commemoration showcased the harmony of diversity while also strengthening interfaith brotherhood in Australia. The Mawlid celebration in Sydney, attended by thousands of Muslims and several non-Muslims who chose to embrace Islam, is a clear sign of Islam's growing presence in Australia. Despite being a minority, the Muslim community in Australia continues to show growth and is increasingly active in presenting Islam as a peaceful, inclusive, and compassionate religion. The events in Sydney, where several non-Muslims decided to convert to Islam after witnessing the Mawlid celebration, demonstrate the increasing appeal of Islamic teachings in a pluralistic society like Australia. It also reflects that Prophet Muhammad's messages of tolerance, humanity, and interfaith brotherhood can touch the hearts of people, regardless of their religious or cultural background. The presence of non-Muslims at Islamic religious events like the Mawlid also highlights the growing openness between Muslims and the broader community in Australia. Through interfaith dialogue, involvement in social activities, and inclusive cultural events, Islam in Australia continues to develop as a religion that harmonizes with society while maintaining its identity. Additionally, the growing number of non-Muslims who are interested in and eventually embrace Islam indicates that the faith in Australia is progressing, not just in terms of followers, but also in terms of its acceptance by the wider society. This is a sign that Islam in Australia is not only expanding quantitatively but is also increasingly respected and recognized as an integral part of the country's multicultural society. With the Muslim community expanding and religious activities contributing positively, Islam in Australia is entering a new era, where it is not only practiced by its followers but also appreciated by the broader community. Tolerance, friendship, and mutual respect among various religious communities in Australia are key pillars that support this progress.